Urban Therapy with Sun752, and this is your daily go-getterism number 526 for March 12th, 2016. Today was the Mind, Right, and Body Better Fitness program, and it was a great day. I'll be uploading the videos, some of the videos from that later on this evening or tomorrow morning, something like that. We had a good day though. Real good session. Good look to everybody who came out this morning. Listen, tonight I want to talk to y'all about Young Money. Young Money, when I say Young Money, I'm not talking about Lil Wayne and his crew or nobody like that, his record label. I'm talking about the way that we spend money when we're young. You know, young ways of spending money. And you know that there's a big difference between, or should I say there should be a big difference between the way you spend money when you're younger versus when you get older. Unless you had it all figured out when you were young, and as you got older, you know, you started messing up everything because you, I don't know, for whatever reason. But normally, when we're younger, the way that we see money is a lot different. That's why when we're younger, you hear people saying things like YOLO and things like, you can't take it with you. Because we become spenders when we're younger. You know, we have that freedom. If we start making a pretty decent salary, if we went to school or received some type of training, or we just in a profession where we are making enough money to be able to buy the things that we want, we become spenders. We spend a lot of money, and we use money in ways that can be detrimental to us as we get older. Because when we're younger, maybe we don't think that much toward the future, because the future seems so far away. So when we get money, only thing that we are normally thinking about is how much we can spend and what we're going to spend money on. So we buy things, we buy. And not only do we buy things, but we push our limits to the point where we hardly ever have a surplus of cash left, no matter how much money we make. So however much money we make, we spend all the way up into that, because we think that our future is secure, and maybe we have a good paying job or career that serves as our safety blanket or a safety net. So if we should fall, we can always rely on our next check. There isn't any reason why you should be making really decent money. When I say decent money, I mean maybe in the upper five figures. If you are blessed enough to make 6 figures, you should not be living from check to check. And as you know, there are plenty of people out there who are living check to check even though they make a 6-figure salary. That's crazy. That's crazy. But what happens is, the more we get, the more we spend. And you would think that when we're younger, as we grow and get older, we would start to figure out that that's not the way to be. Some of us do figure out that that's not the way to be, and we make adjustments. And others of us stay right there in that same mode since forever. So we have people out here who are making really good money, but they don't never have no money. You ever know anybody like that? They don't never have no money, no matter how much money they make. And how much little money you make, they can always borrow money from you, but you can never borrow any money from them, because they don't ever have any money, because they spend it all the time. And they run their expenses up to the point where they can't keep any money. So if they let's say they have a job making about $50,000 a year. So instead of having a home, or even if they have a home, let's say if they have an apartment and they're paying, I don't know, let's say $1,000 a month for the apartment. If their salary gets bumped up to $65,000 a year, instead of staying in a $1,000 apartment, or buying a home where the mortgage is only going to be $1,000 or maybe a little bit more, or maybe even less, they move into a bigger apartment or a better apartment in their eyes, where they can afford to pay $1,500 a month. So what's the use in getting a raise if you're going to take that 500 times 10? You know, it's like it's a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing, but people do it all the time. People do it all the time, and they don't really realize the foolishness in that type of thinking. Our people have to get out of this mode of being consumers, man. All we do is buy. That's why America loves us so much. They act like they want to They want to get rid of us, but they don't want to get rid of us because of our spending power. We spend, we spend, we spend. And most of the time that we spend the most is when we're younger because we're enthralled by labels. You know, Gucci, Louis, Polo. You know that shit been holding us down for 40 years. Sometimes a little, maybe a little bit longer. And you know, and with no end in sight. There's no reason why we should have been scrambling to get Gucci, Louis, and Polo all the way back in the early, mid, and late 80s. And our children right now are scrambling to get what? Gucci, Louis, and Polo. Where did we go wrong? Where we went wrong was we spent money like we were young. We supported things like we were young based on our young mentality, and we never grew out of it. We may even be the type of parents or the type of adults that'll tell you, man, that shit, you know, you better get the Gucci. Don't get that bootleg mess, or don't get this, or don't get that. We're telling people to spend more to get the authentic stuff as if it sells. Now, sure, you can go on eBay and sell stuff, you know, that you bought if you're taking really good care of it, but you're going to sell it at a hell of a discount because it's not worth anything. The name is worth something, but the product itself, it ain't worth nothing. It's not. It's not. They can't make a bag that's worth $1,000. All it does is carry stuff. All it does is carry stuff. It doesn't do anything else. The accessories, the belts, the wallets, the hats, and all of that kind of thing, the stuff you accessorize, that's up to you. Shoes. Come on, man, stop playing. Stop playing. But we won't stop playing because we believe in this kind of stuff, and that's the young mentality, and we carry that into adulthood, many of us. Now, if many of us, or when many of us mature, we start to try to make our money work for us. So we try to invest in things. We try to save more money, and instead of buying things that cost this, that, and the third, we think it out a little bit more and say, if I put this away for a little while, and maybe I can start a business off of a hobby that I've had or something like that. But that's what happens when you get older and wiser. If you never do that, if all you do is get older, you're still going to have those same habits. There's no reason why if you started off making $20,000 a year 20 years ago, and now you're making $50,000 a year, there's no reason why you shouldn't own a home. I'm sorry. There's no reason that you should not own a home. You came up. You make more money. You've doubled your salary. You can afford it. And if you calculate how much money you've paid in rent over those years, tell you what, you just do the math on that. If that makes you feel better about yourself, then that's on you. And all these cats out here, you know, spending money on Air Jordans and all of that. My people, my people, my people. We gotta do better. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. You know, I started to do something, and I'm not gonna do it. You know, because I was about to showcase, you know, some of the stupid things that I spent money on, whatever. But it's not necessary, because once you get this, once you understand the science of it, once you get it, you got it. And if you got it and what you have is good, you should give some of it away so somebody else can get what you have as well. And I think that that's the lesson that we're going to rock out with tonight. So y'all have a good night. You know, and get with us again next Saturday for another Mind Right and Body Better Fitness Program session. 400 East Ontario Street at the McVeigh Recreation Center. That's how we do it. And it's a beautiful thing. It ain't too late. You know, the weather is getting warm and whatever. You want to look good out there for the spring and summer? Well, that's where it all starts. Mind Right and Body Better Fitness Program. Not only that, but you get this thing right. That's why we make these videos, so we can get this thing right. I'm helping. I don't know it all. I don't know it all, so I can't teach it all. But I can teach what I know, and I know a little something. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace. Kick. 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 Kick.